yo, man. Yo, peace and love and all that stuff and all that good stuff and all that stuff in there. So I believe it was just 2 days ago. They had the Christmas thing where, they're celebrating Christ. Christ wasn't born on that day. Shit, actually, that's how you should know this is interesting. You guys do understand that you are in a unorthodox form of religion, right? The Western societies do not practice Orthodox Christianity or Islam or any of that stuff. This is why you guys feel that you're in the grace now. You don't have to put in any work. That's what makes you unorthodox, because you're not doing the rituals. You're not doing the practices that achieved the anointment. You're not doing it. A lot of you feel you don't have to light candles anymore. You don't have to, walk in a circle a certain amount of times because you're in the grace. But what y'all don't get is that's complete bullshit. And that's why your world is coming to an end. This is why people are prophesizing the demise of Western society. Not saying that the East is better than you. Not, they're lost too. What I'm saying is the powers that be, the elites, the inner sanctums, they're better than you. Because they know what they did. They gave you Sky Daddy for a reason. They gave it to you like that because they wanted you to be a slave. Only slaves believe that they're going somewhere when they die. Everybody knew that they weren't going nowhere when they died. That's why they did so much while they were here. That's why people had to work so hard and build families and, fight great wars and all that stuff, because they knew they were only here for so long. Here's another weird thing. In your Bible, they say people lived longer back in the day. But in truth, historically, you can see people were dying mad young back in the day. People were not living that long. So that whole 400 years and all that has to be allegorical. That doesn't make any sense. You telling me that before the hospital and shit, Moses and them was lasting 900 years, but then when you come to the Americas and all the other stories in Africa and stuff like that, motherfuckers only last until like 40 years old, 35 years old, 25 years old. People weren't even lasting that long. So obviously it's allegory. It's not supposed to be looked at literal. So if you look at the thumbnail, that is Haru inside the Arubis. He's not even born yet. What that is representing is Christ itself. Seeing how Christ is a miraculous conception. No one is having to do sex to bring this energy to earth. On my Adam Crip Mac video, I said in the beginning, I said, if you don't understand the allegorical truth to the Christ story, I feel sorry for you. And then people start hitting me up and they're like, oh, that doesn't mean it's not real. It does to a degree. It means that you cannot be waiting on Jesus of Nazareth, the anointed that became Christ, to save you. That makes no sense, because there was already Krishna the Christ. There was already Buddha the Christ. There was already Haru. Hold on. Show you how this thing works. So there's 16 crucified saviors, right? It's not just Jesus. I know y'all like to do that, but it's not just Jesus. So I'll give you a little small excerpt. Grave sites, stories of Thais, Thulis of Egypt. Christ story. Krishna of India. Christ story. Cree of Chaldea. Christ story. Athos of Paragina. Athos of Phrygia. I have to deal with you in a little bit, buddy. I'm a little busy right now, okay? Thank you. My neighbor has her son here, and he wants to, like, play on the scooter, but he doesn't realize it's raining outside. It's not good weather to go play. And I've already told him this, but he's knocking anyway. And it's all right. Better yet, you know what? Just in case he has something else he needs, give me 1 second. Interesting. 1 second. All right. Actually, he wanted something for a good thing. He wants to clean up for his mom. That's good. So yeah. Where was I at? Aes of Phrygia. Thamus or Thomas or Tamus. I know. Thamus or Thomas, but spelled Tammuz, of Syria. Christ. Jesus or Eros, Christ. Bali of Orshra, Christ. Indra of Tibet, Christ. Idol, Lao of Nepal, Christ. Buddha, Sakra Muni of India, Christ. Mithra of Persia, Christ. I can't say this shit. Alcestos of Euripides, Christ. Quetzalcoatl of Mexico, Christ. Withaboda of Benganese, Christ. Now look, that's just me going down a few of them. All right, this is what you guys need to get. Obviously, Jesus of Nazareth is not who you're waiting for to return. You're not making any sense. Those never return. But what is returning is this energy, this Christ, which is anointment. Now, why am I showing Haru in the Arubis as the thumbnail of this video? Because I'm trying to get y'all to realize that it's going to be a person. It's going to be a person. But it's not going to be the actual visual of the person that they have been showing you. Remember, only in Americas have they been showing this Christ. But before Christ, in 1200 BC, there was Quetzalcoatl. Okay, so what are we saying? And here's the other messed up thing. They're saying Quetzalcoatl of Mexico, but there is no Mexico. You know what I'm saying? That's 1200 BC. There's no Mexican. There's no such thing. So they're trying to give this to a group that is like it's like a hybrid group. They're not the real people there. They're not the real people up there. And that's no disrespect to them because they don't even follow that science. So it's like they know it's not theirs. That's why they don't follow it. That's why they're more conquistadors than actual Indians. That story is in 1200 BC. That was a story in 1200 BC. Christ doesn't show up until like 1 BC, the beginning of AD. He's nowhere next to the story. Neither is him. Is he next to Haru or Krishna or any of these things? Why do people say it's a saying? Doesn't mean it's truth, but it's a saying. They say Buddha is the cousin of Christianity. Buddhism is the cousin of Christianity. Why are they doing that? And what's with this atoned energy? What's with this calm energy? Why is Buddha always, in prayer position? Why is he always in prayer position? People knock that. But what did Christ always tell you? Go to the Father. He's always talking about prayer too. He's always talking about giving the Father praise. Oh, but Christ professed himself to be God. First of all, there's a reason that is. There's a reason that in 16 different timelines, this energy returned. It always comes. It always comes. 16 different timelines, 16 different uh, lives, like worldviews, nationalities, you know what I'm saying? 16 times this thing came. But it's one person we're waiting for. We're waiting on Jesus. It's in the name of Jesus that all the power is. That's impossible. He's a Hebrew man. That's a Greek name. There's no way that there's power in that name. That is impossible. It's a false. It's a fraud. And that's why I don't like reverends that emphasize on Jesus opposed to Christ. You're supposed to be emphasizing on Christ because that's what we're dealing with. Everybody's afraid. TD Jakes is with Puff Daddy at his parties. Creflo Dollar Ben took y'all for a ride. The other dude, Osteen, Ben took y'all for a ride. Uh, Peter Popoff, Benny Hill, countless of Catholic priests. The Pope just said that the gays can get married. He gave them their blessing. He gave them their blessing. Don't seem very godly at all to me. I didn't see Christ marrying homosexuals. If he's all love, because remember, his first miracle is turning water into wine at a wedding. Why weren't they gay? Why are there no accounts of Christ marrying any homosexuals? Oh, he kicked it with the poor people. Yeah, he kicked it with the poor people. That's what people don't get. Christ didn't kick it with the criminals. He kicked it with the meek and the broke, the ones who didn't have nothing. That's what he kicked it with. He didn't kick it with people selling drugs. He didn't. This is bullcrap. How you gonna make a blind man see a crippled man walk, but you wouldn't make a sick person off of drugs healed? Why is that story not in the book? Even the drunk, he didn't do no miracle on no drunk people. Did he? If he did, let me know. I don't remember any story about Christ healing the drunk or healing the drug addicts. And there's a reason, because that's all self-inflicted. You're choosing to do that. People don't choose to be born blind. People don't choose to be born with a disability. People don't choose to be robbed by the Pharisees and worked like a slave to own nothing. Those were the people he was talking to. Okay, that story is just the English redux of all the stories. The energy is always the same. The reason I tell people the whole December 25th thing is not true is because that's Capricorn. You're calling him Baphomet. You're calling him the devil. That's where people got that Jesus is the Antichrist. That's where they got that from, because they're lying. Jesus was born on January 7th. 1313 differential. Go back, or sorry, January 6th, I believe. 6th or 7th, one of the two. Let's go back 13 days from the 6th. Take off 6 days, leave 7 more. All right. There's a 31st in December. So we're at 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. There you go. But let's go forward. From 7, or sorry, from 6. From 6, 13 days is 19. You're at the first days of the Aquarius sign. There's your Alpha and your Omega. Hold on. So there's your Alpha and your Omega. There's the door that no one can open and no one can close. That's it. You know what I mean? That's it. So in the end, the whole point is you're not supposed to be waiting on a being to return, but it will be from a being that this knowledge returns. It's the catch-22. It's a trip. The only thing is it's not. The only thing is it's not. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to get lost in the dogma. And that's what a lot of us do. A lot of us get lost in the dogma of the conversation. We're not realizing that, hey, maybe, just maybe, I could be wrong, but just maybe, books are written by people and information is given to people. And God is only used by people. See, no animals are going to heaven. They're not standing in a line. There's no judgment on the dog or the cat. But you have judgment. But here's the other thing. There's no dog or no cat that's going to read. Only humans share vibrational patterns that they use as communication that we have deemed language. That's why there's different languages. But it's all vibrational patterns through memory. Hidden allegory is the secret of man that was revealed to him by the ultimate mystery. And that's why everything is divinely inspired by it. God's not writing any of this, but he's channeling it. We have the proof by the 16 crucified saviors that this energy has came back multiple times. And it pronounces itself as the Father. It's literally working for the Father. It's the offspring of it. That's what it tells us. Every time it comes, Christ keeps telling us it is the offspring of the eternal glow, the everlasting wisdom. Deep. So, my friends, don't fret. Don't be in arguments with people about, unorthodox religions. Tell them you are not orthodox in your religion. You are not pure religion. You are this BS bullcrap. And that's why so much lunacy is going on. That's why so many people have denounced the true point of religious science, because religion, regardless if you want to believe it or not, is a science. You're not supposed to get lost in the dogma and bleed the book out word for word. Oh, give me Bible. That's people that are lost, because they're not telling you it's a book. It's allegorical information. You have to use it while you're here. You're not meeting any of these prophets when you die. You're not going to meet your parents again. You're not going to meet your... We did that for the slaves to keep working towards something, to believe in something, to want to see something again. But in truth, your flesh will never leave the earth. It will actually imagine with the earth, and you will become soil once again. Same thing that you sprouted from the beginning of time. Sperm that did it. Yes, exactly. Which is what? Molecules, fluid. What the hell is an egg? What is it? You see it when you pull it out. It does nothing. Sperm, when you see it, you can't, microscope it. You're with the human eye. It's nothing. Doesn't even move unless you use your angles. It's pretty disgusting, but not really. I'm talking scientifically. It doesn't do anything. So why, when it connects, am I allowed to talk to you, dress, make, the drawings in the back or whatever? The human. Why? Why does the flower grow? Why does it blossom? Why does it bloom? It's this living thing. And what does this Christ energy promise you? Everlasting life. But in what form? Are we talking about this physical form? Are we talking about the spirit form? Are we talking about the earth form? Or are we talking about this energy that came and keeps coming back, just like the birth of a child? I hope this one did y'all good. Peace and love, y'all.